Hello and welcome to part 2 of Ice Hags Favour. My name is Chris Mepham. I am a geek and illustrator, a Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop RPG enthusiast, dungeon master, and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for following up. If you're kind of dipping into this and thinking, "Oh my God, what have I got myself into? I don't understand the story." Don't worry. The first part is also on this Twitch stream, so you can get that later. But please stick with us because I will do a recap, and you can always go back later. With me are 3 absolutely fantastic people who have volunteered their Sunday evenings to come and play with me. So I'm going to go around from my screen, how we see, and we'll go. Let's zigzag it, and we'll start with Wayne. So can you tell me a little bit about you, where people can find you, and who you are playing today?
My name is Wayne. I am an art director and a designer and a brand coach and a bit of a lifelong geek. And I am playing a white dragonborn bard who is known affectionately as Rock. He is white with green eyes, with sort of braids of white hair that hangs down at the back of his head, and 1.5 white horns, because one of them has apparently been broken off. And he is quite a flamboyant character, and not what you would call a natural adventurer. And that's about it.
Perfect. And I'll just point out, we didn't break the horn. It was there. It was gone when we arrived. So next is Charlie. If you'd like to introduce yourself in the same way.
Cool. I am Charlie. I use she, her pronouns. I am an illustrator, and you can find my website on charlievince.com. Charlie spelt without an E because I'm edgy. My character is a satyr warlock called Aisling, and she's got like little black horns, not gigantic ones, and turquoise hair and turquoise arm hair. She's quite a hairy lady, and she wears purple trousers and a sort of a safari looking shirt. So that's Aisling, and she's somehow picked up an Essex accent from the last session. I don't know how, but I love it.
Perfect. Yeah, and just for I use he, him, and as does Wayne as well. And last but certainly never least, Nick, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, my name is Nick. I'm a HR professional, bookworm, gamer, and proud cat dad. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Fig, who is a fairy druid. Fig is a puka, so he has tiny little bumble wings. He stands around about 2 foot tall. He has long rabbit ears and a childish wonder. Fig's pronouns are they, them.
Perfect. So in the last session, our unlikely heroes took on the job to transport some materials much needed in the frozen north to another town. On their way to the town, they were caught in a very unexpected avalanche. Fearing that they would die, each of them passed out, only to wake in a strange cave owned by a mysterious hag, who has cast a Geas on them in return for the favour of saving their lives, but wants them to retrieve something for them. Not really having an opportunity to disagree with the situation, the heroes reluctantly headed out into a complicated maze of ice caverns. They had a set to with some ice drakes who saw them as a nice meal on the way, found some notes that suggested that other adventurers had gone before them, and a couple of mystical items which they then donned for themselves. Going further into the caves, they met an awakened walrus and his familiar companion, who were friendly and helpful, if a little weird. They assessed that there was the familiar did not belong to the walrus, but rather was waiting for his petrified owner, who was stuck below. Unable to help the owner in question, the party promised to try and come back as soon as they could, and headed on out. They found themselves overlooking a mysterious town which the Ice Hag had told them about, abandoned and full of creepy lights and slow-moving forms. As the three of them overlooked what was happening below them, they decided this was a good opportunity to have a rest, and that is where we left off. So you are overlooking this long road that's going down into this deep cemetery, and then the town is below. You've just finished discussing what you want to do, and I believe you wanted to set up a campfire and settle down for a bit.
Yes, well, some of us need a little rest.
Could do with a nap.
Right, shall we settle? I'm just going to see if I can sort of find a corner for us that's as protected as possible.
You can go back about, I don't know, about 30 feet or so. There's this little tiny crook in the cave that seems easy to protect.
Fair enough. Yes, I shall then take out my new loot that I found. And as we settle down, I'm just going to try and pluck on it a little and play my new lute.
So you settle down to play that, and your fingers find the chords, and you start playing, and then there's something not right. And it's like a resonance, and the chords take on their own energy, and they bounce back into your own mind and bounce around inside your thoughts. And you take 2d6 psychic damage.
That's a bad loot.
So you take 8 psychic damage, which for you is halved.
I don't think I got the right note there.
Is it supposed to do that?
I think I may need to just sit with it a little and perhaps do some tuning.
Any of you can make an
Or
arcana
an
check.
exorcism?
Stretched your fingers.
I have indeed. Oh, my arcana check is a natural 20.
Oh. I won't even bother.
First roll. Yeah.
So
Nice.
You know magic loots. You know, you've heard stories. You've seen them. You've coveted them. You kind of give it a good look over and that. And there's nothing that seems inherently evil. It's just that the loot doesn't recognize you as its owner yet.
It's almost as if I need to, I don't know, attune to it.
That would be right, yes.
Good point.
Right, I shall attune to it as we sit here. I cannot remember, I'm afraid, from last time. How is everybody's health looking?
I could definitely do with a little break.
Cool. Well, while we are having a short rest, if you roll for your hit points, roll a hit die, I will play a little for you, which allows you to add an additional 1d6 of hit points to your hit dice roll.
Lovely, thank you. Well, that was a 1, so the d6 will be very useful.
Chris, do I roll or
2?
It's up to you. I mean, you can either roll for them, or you can.
I'll roll for them.
And then everybody gets the same. Anyone who's rolling it can get the same, basically.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Works for me.
Wait, I've got clever this time. There we go. I'm playing my new lute. Okay, enough. That was a 5.
Hey,
Nice.
So you each get 5 additional hit points to healing.
thank you very much.
Short rest.
And like the cloak, when you start strumming it, the lute seems to shift ever so slightly, and so that it's easier for your slightly larger draconic hands to reach the appropriate notes. And it feels like it was specifically made for you. You now have the magic lute.
Amazing.
And it's not trying to kill you anymore.
It's not trying to kill you. That is very important.
More of quite an extreme headache.
So you complete your long rest, and you are not accosted in the hour or so. You can hear the wind whistling through the valley, and you can see those dancing lights, even from where you are. I think every once in a while someone will poke their head out just to make sure, and then you can see those lights drifting through faintly.
I shall make myself comfortable and doze off a little.
I think Aisling might do some drawing.
Aisling will do some drawing, like kind of getting
Yep.
maps and things like that. Whilst your two settle into their hobbies, the other two, your two friends settle into their hobby. Fig, what are you up to?
If Ashley is drawing and Ix is having a doze, I think I shall turn into a hare and go have a little scout about.
Oh, awesome. Which way are you going? Are you going towards the town a little bit?
Yes, I want to see what these lights are.
So,
Don't want to get too close. I want to see if I can get a better look at them.
So you scamper down the track, and you kind of see to each side there's this like slightly petrified grey trees that look like they have just basically been frozen in place and had the whole of their life force just kind of stunted and struck right on that edge where they can't change or anything. Even the grass seems like if you bounce on it too hard it would shatter. Everything is just held mysteriously and curiously in a timeless sort of colourless way. You kind of bound down the dirt track a little further and you come to the edge of this huge cemetery. You can look around and you see that there are about 100, 150, maybe 200 tombstones hastily erected, with names just quickly carved into them. Almost looks like it was done on a rush and on a whim. I'll have a perception check off of you as well, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Nope. It's hard to tell. Like you're kind of still getting used to your bunny eyes, and the colours are all different, and the sounds all work different. You don't really notice anything unusual. It does strike you there are a lot of tombstones here. What you know about humans and adjacent races, they do like their tombstones, but this seems a bit heavy-handed even for them.
That's worrying. Okay, I think I'll spend just a little bit of time kind of moving around the graveyard, sort of, I guess, quite interested. I don't really get why they do this, why they bury them and then put a big stone to advertise where the body is so that you can do stuff to it. So I'll have a look, have a scurry around.
Are you trying to be quiet and careful, or are you just
yes,
being...
yes.
So if you wouldn't mind.
Awesome. shocking rolls today.
get all the bad rolls out of the way. And then you'll need later. So you are wandering around, trying to find out more details, and you're kind of looking at the gravestones, and you almost trip over what looks like the remains of a dwarf, slumped up against one of the larger tombstones, with his head on his chest and his beard like discoloured in this sort of blue tangle, like poking out in strange places, like frost dripping from his eyes and from his nose. And you're not entirely certain, but you think it twitches. Oh, hang on. Bear with us a second. Sorry, we're just experiencing a little technical problem.
It's cool. We took the reins and we solved the mystery, so game over.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. Nick,
That was amazing.
Yeah. And now we're level 90, and thanks for joining us.
Nick, can you...
Oh, no.
Ah,
I appear to have lost Nick. This is all.
I can see him.
Yeah, I've got Nick.
Bear with us, viewers. I'm just going to refresh.
Sorry. I'll leave.
Oh no! Just wait. Restream will kick you eventually.
Oh, that's a good point.
Apparently so. Today it's just not playing. Bear with me one second. I'm just going to swap people to their right places. Otherwise, it's all going to get confusing for anyone who wants to follow us.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Cool. Come on, you can do it. Yay! I believe in you, Restream.
That's better.
Hey, excellent,
Yay.
awesome.
Order is restored.
Sorry about that. So yes, so you have this dead, frozen dwarf laying there, and you think you see something twitch. And as you watch, its head starts to slowly turn towards you, and this sort of ethereal, deep, rumbling voice. Warmth. Give me the warmth.
Instantly onto bat legs, ears straight up, half turned. The moment it looks to stand, I'm going to belt it.
It doesn't stand, but its hand does start to try and break free of the icy seal around it and tries to reach towards you. It's incredibly slow and painful, and you've got plenty of time to bounce away.
I'll do a cheeky couple of hops back.
Warmth. Give me. And it kind of starts to try and to pull itself towards you.
Hop back a little bit more. This is fun.
And it's all the way. Warmth. Must find. Give me.
Hop back and then just hop all the way back to camp.
And it gets to a certain point, and I don't know if you look back over your shoulder at any point.
Yeah, I probably would.
And it looks like it's stopped.
Ooh, so possibly proximity. Ooh.
Can Aisling see any of this? Because she's drawing from the ledge.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh shit, what's her perception? It's been a minute. Oh, 21.
21, nice. Yeah, you watch this whole thing unfold. You see this sort of slow movement, and you watch as this large body kind of breaks itself free and starts dragging itself towards Fig. You can just about make out on the wind that it's sort of growling something at the small rabbit, small hare, and it's trying to get closer and closer.
I feel like she's starts drawing it and then realizes, wait, no, I need to check if he's okay. Fig, babe, you all right?
Bound.
Are they coming back?
Yeah.
You see this? You see this hare? What does Fig look like as a hare?
So Fig does not look 100% naturally like the creatures that they turn into. So Fig maintains this sort of dark green, almost sort of black fur like their hair, with sort of little slightly greying tips to the ears and a slightly sort of same sort of similar dusty grey on the tail. Their eyes always stay nigh on pitch black, and I think just for the aesthetic, though they can't be used, there is still a little pair of bumblebee wings.
I was really hoping you were going to say that.
Perfect. I love it.
Amazing.
That's a look.
This set, as described, this hare bounds back up, flapping their little tiny wings every time they get to the top.
Not doing anything, just every time they jump up.
The wings go.
Was that what was that? It was moving.
And then I think Fig kind of takes one hop and on landing just kind of turns back into Fig.
Oh,
cold thing, very cold thing.
Right. Did it try and get you?
Not me, but my warmth. I think.
Oh.
It's very cold.
Oh God, was there any more?
Ooh, possibly. There's a lot of dead beds down there with the stones that people put up to advertise.
Graves.
The graves. There's a lot of graves.
It's not necessarily an advert, but I get where you're coming from.
It was Ashling's experience. I mean, because Ashling is obviously a fae as well. Do you think that she's a bit more grounded with humans and their behaviours?
Because she's a cartographer, I feel like she's been around and she's figured out what things are, but she can understand Fig's perspective. That's
fair enough. Probably a nice sort of communication between Fig and the normal world sometimes.
A translator.
The mundane world, I should say. Yeah, absolutely.
In both directions.
Yes.
Yep. I feel like Ashley rolls up one of her parchments and whacks Rock with it, being like, "There's moving things! There's right scary moving things down in the graveyard."
As soon as you hit Rock with the rolled up parchment, like a badly behaved puppy, Rock will just instantly, he goes from sleeping to, "What? Oh God, what is it? Where are we? What? What's going on?"
Sorry, morning.
So why did you hit me? What did you hit me?
Because I needed you awake, and you weren't.
I was awake. I was just resting my eyes.
You're making some funny awake noises.
But yeah, my throat it's all the damp in this. Anyway, what did you want?
Fig went down, and they got like.
Why did you go on your own?
Reached at by a cold one.
Well, if you will go off on your own, you strange creature. Wait.
Well, they were a bunny.
Of course they were.
If that helps.
Who? I'm sure it helps someone. Who was reaching for you?
The cold.
You do realize how terribly creepy it is when you say things like that, right?
Don't whisper.
The cold was the cold was reaching for you. Yes.
The cold thing. Mm-hmm.
The cold thing. Good. Well, that clears that up.
Yep.
Are we in danger? Do we need to be running?
It wants
Just
your
checking.
warmth.
It wants my warmth. That's not making me feel terribly much better.
Could I tell that it was a dwarf remains
I think
from
you
where
met.
I was?
Yeah, you've met dwarfs, and it looked like a dwarf. It just was coloured wrong and moving wrong.
Okay. All right. I'll mention that then. I'll be like, it was a dwarf. It wasn't just like a thing. It was a dwarf, but they were not a dwarf anymore. They were dead.
Everything down there isn't right.
Nah.
That bit down there where the trees are, I'm guessing that's the petrified forest that the auntie told us we should go through. Yes.
Very stony trees.
Oh,
Do we have to?
goody. I'm not sure I want to contradict her, but I've met women like her.
All right.
Is there a way we can go round the cold thing, the cold dwarf thing that was trying to reach for your warmth?
Would I be able to help with that? Because I've been drawing what I've been looking at. Would I have been able to work out any routes?
Yeah, I don't think you need to roll from that. I think you've been looking quite hard at what's going down there. You could try and cut your way through these strange grey dead trees, but they look quite solid, and you don't know what will lurk in there, and you do know it'll be very difficult to move through, even for you and Fig, and you won't see what's coming, and that could be more dangerous. The graveyard below you, there are multiple routes through it, but you know it is the clearest and easiest route into the town.
Well, it didn't move very fast. Maybe if we went, and I sort of point at the map that I've done, if we went like that way, then we could keep some cover from the current moving, terrifying, steal your warmth thing and get to the other side. Didn't move very quickly.
That's true. You said it was trying to get your warmth. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, perhaps if we put something warm down, they'll be attracted to the warm thing, and we can just sneak past while they're busy. Yes?
Do you want me to whack a quick fireball down there?
No, I don't think we need to go to that kind of extreme just yet.
No? Okay, all right.
I was thinking something.
My hand calms down.
I was thinking something that would attract a little less attention to us, just over there. Yes, something perhaps not quite so loud.
Sneak down and light a bonfire?
Something like that, yes. I take it everyone's ready to go then, as you've already been down.
Yeah, I probably should have stopped them, shouldn't I?
I've been down. It's my turn to have a doze now.
Right.
Are we having another nap?
No.
Right, come along then. God. I'm just going to mumble. There's children.
You find yourselves walking down the same track that Fig just did as well, and you get a closer look at these quite weird trees. And you can look in, there's all these plants, and there's even flowers inside that you can see just inside the forest, and everything is just locked solid, and it looks like it's just basically been held in place and had the very life essence drained out of it, the colour just pulled away from it, and then frost just thrown over the top to keep it in place.
Can I have a sort of closer look at one of them just to gauge whether this is something that has frozen because of the environment or something that has been magically induced?
Yeah, you can make a nature or an arcana check.
I definitely think we'll go with arcana. 12?
12?
Yeah.
I think you kind of can see quite clearly this is something, the frost came later. Something unnatural was done to this first. and then the frost settled upon it.
Right. I shall share this information, in my opinion. Do we think this is the handiwork of Aunty, perhaps? Because she seemed to have been around here before. Or is she sending us into some kind of trap with something that did this?
Didn't she get thrown out?
She did, yes. And she
People
left.
are normally quite angry when they get thrown out of something.
She didn't seem angry, just more concerned about getting back whatever she had lost.
But what could throw out an auntie? I think that's the question you need to ask.
They're not easily trifled with, those kinds of creatures.
No.
Right. Perhaps we just get through here as quick as possible, and then go all the way back as quick as possible.
I agree.
Right. Let's see what I can do. What can I do? Where did you see the thingy thing?
Am I able to
cold
point
thing.
it out?
Yeah, you can easily point it out. In fact, you can see the body now much more clearly than you could before.
Fig will clamber onto a gravestone and point and go, there, it's that one.
Now, where is it still lying there, the body, or is it like gone back into the grave? Or
No, it's lying exactly where Fig said it was.
okay, so I am going to. I need something that is non-living material. What have I got? Let's see what I've got in my equipment quickly.
I've got a ton of paper.
I suppose I could do that. Okay, can you crumple up some paper? I'll make a huge ball of paper from Ashling's paper. And I'm going to use just prestidigitation, which allows me to warm up non-living material.
Okay, yeah, excellent.
for an hour.
For an hour, excellent.
So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to turn to my companions and say, "Get ready to move if this works, and to help me if it doesn't." And I'm going to roll it with a flourish, like a dramatic bowling. And sort of roll it past where this body is to kind of in the middle of the graveyard. So if there are others, they'll be attracted away from the pathway that we're on.
I like it. I like that a lot. I would like you to make a dexterity check, and then you can add your proficiency bonus on top of that, I think, as well.
Okay. Dexterity check.
Yeah, just a dexterity roll.
So that would be a natural 1. Plus
Wonderful.
5? I rolled a 6.
A 6?
in
Okay.
total.
I'd like you to roll a d6 for me and tell me if you get an odd or an even.
Oh, God.
Odd.
So you watch as Rock makes this huge flourish with this now slightly glowing paper, rolls it underhand, bounces it off of a tombstone, straight back up and into his nose.
Oh! Rock immediately goes to take a bow and then realizes that that's not what he should be doing when they're mocking him. Stop. Don't you be genuine about your congratulations. I'm going to try again. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to pick up the paper and give it to Aisling and say, would one of you perhaps like to throw this over there? I hurt my shoulder before in battle.
Oh,
and it gives me terrible pain.
Oh, God, sorry. Poor sweet summer flower. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I'll throw it. I try rolling it.
Yeah, again, just do the same thing. Dexterity plus your modifier.
14.
14. Yeah, so you are this is a much more successful, like Aisling rolls it, lines it up really well first, and then just rolls it, bounces it down the frosty snowbank, and he gets not right on top of the dwarf, but close enough. And you kind of you hear it go, oomph, and starts dragging itself towards this paper and puts its hands on it. And then you kind of watch this whole sort of steam kind of come off of it. And this spectral version of it kind of lifts off of its body and stands and hovers beyond it, kind of made from these slightly weird ice shards that kind of float and hover. And its eyes kind of glow with this sort of inner redness. And it kind of looks your way and goes, more warmth.
Okay, that didn't work.
And I will have you all roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Would you like us to roll in Roll20?
No, just I will mark it down. It's fine. Wherever's easiest for you.
Yeah, I'm still analog, so
That's fine. 19 for Fig. Yeah, I am having to be analog on this one because I am not a standard creature.
Initiative. Ooh. I can't believe I still have to do that when I'm counting. Isn't that terrible?
no.
But it was worth it because that's 19, 20, 21. Initiative
Nice.
of 21.
Awesome. Can you guys see the map okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, and I will just change our scene.
Do you want us to drag and drop ourselves into there somewhere?
Yeah, that would be amazing if you could.
Whereabouts would you like us?
To the left of the map, please.
Okay.
Whether you can see the sort of this sort of side. Anyway, get the idea. Yeah, to the left of the map as you're looking. About here.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So, what did you get, Aisling?
12.
And Rock.
21.
21. Nice. What's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
+2. So,
That
this
doesn't
thing
bode well.
actually goes first.
Oh.
Wow.
God damn it.
Wait, we're less dexterous than a
really
frozen,
was.
petrified corpse.
Oh, the dwarf.
It's not the corpse you're fighting anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So this thing floats up from the surface and kind of starts drifting away from the body, which then just collapses below it. And as you it crawls out, there's an echo coming from just further on, and another one is you can hear going, warmth. A female voice this time. Give me your warmth. And this elven figure made from the same crystalline sort of shape kind of raises up behind some tombstones and starts drifting towards you.
I regret our choices. I regret what we did.
No, it's, well, you have to try these things. I thought it was a really clever idea.
It was expensive paper.
And they both drift to that sort of space near you.
Yeah.
And that would make it Rock, your go.
Okay, I am going to. Oh God, what am I going to do? I am going to. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I am going to cast a spell. As it's what I do. I am going to cast the illusion of figures sitting around a bonfire, and I'm going to cast it up here at the top, away from from us, so both of them would go that way. And I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Oh, on the actual creature?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. So it needs to make a save, does it not?
Correct. Intelligence saving throw.
Ah, yes. The undead, well known for their high intelligence. It rolls a 14.
It fails.
It fails. Awesome.
Yeah.
And are you the dwarven figure or the elven?
The dwarven figure.
Fantastic. They are. Yes, so the spell works, and they now believe that there is a bonfire. You feel it connect, and you feel this illusion take form in their mind, and you know that magic has settled in, and they start. Their head drifts towards the flame of the figures.
Can I check something with you?
Yeah, of course.
Are these creatures undead?
They are undead. Yes. Doesn't work.
The spell has no effect on undead or construct.
Well, we can cycle that back. You would automatically know, having learnt that spell, that it doesn't affect the undead. So
okay.
Undo.
So I am going to cast something else. Okay. In that case, what I'm going to do is I am going to just reach back and strum some of the strings of the lute. And I am going to cast Barkskin on Aisling.
Thank you.
You see this as Rock strums the strings. You see these runes on the handle and the body of the lute just kind of glow ever so slightly. And then it kind of channels through his arm, and he touches you, and your skin suddenly goes hard like the edge of a tree.
And
what
so
does that give me?
Your AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what armor you're wearing.
That's amazing.
And then I am going to very bravely, having given her bark skin, push her in front of me.
Aisling, do you resist?
Not aggressively, just kind of edge her in front of me because she's now protected. I'm good, and just going to go.
Well,
there you go. You're very well protected against them now. Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I will give Fig Bardic Inspiration.
Fantastic. What size is your? It's D6, isn't it? Yours?
1d8.
1d8. Nice. We're up to 8. Cool. And it is Fig's go.
Lovely. So Fig is going to use a cantrip, and Fig blows into their hands and rubs them together. And as they pull them away, in one hand, a butterfly made of fire appears and flaps. It is produce flame, so it gives off both light and heat, but it doesn't burn whilst being held. And then Fig is going to act as distraction. 10, 20, 25, 30, and run past, kind of going, woo, woo, warmth.
The one that one of them doesn't respond initially. Hang on, sorry. Yes, they both look at you as you go past. Sorry, I just realised we didn't do that, did we? We did something else. They both kind of look at you as you go past, and you can hear them echoing, warmth.
Yeah, warmth.
Warmth.
Ooh.
Fig running past going, I'm nice and toasty.
Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No. I have action, move. I don't want a wild shape, so yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Aisling, it is round to you.
I feel like she was gonna do burning hands, but now there's a small fairy in the cone of said burning hands. So Hands like cool down for a minute, and she's like, right, okay, I'll just blast this one then. And she's gonna
Go on, do something.
I love
Eldritch blast this dickhead.
Yeah, this one there. Make your spell attack, please.
Yeah.
I love that you guys are such a well-oiled machine.
It's so good. Ooh.
Well, we're all still here, aren't we?
Exactly. Any adventure you can walk away from is a victory.
Oh, dear God. Not tempting fate, I promise, gods.
What'd you get, Charlie?
26 to hit.
A 26 will indeed hit.
Hey. Okay, cool. And I've got what is it? Agonizing blast.
Awesome. So you had your charisma.
I'll put my charisma on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Where are you? God damn it. That's only a 5.
It's alright. Still damage. Also, you've got 2 at your level.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. Do I roll separate for each one?
You roll separately for them, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's better because that one was an 11.
11 to hit. Okay, that one doesn't.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, that was a natural 20 to hit.
In which case, you take, because of the way we're playing it, you take 10 damage from the maximum dice roll, and then you add your second dice roll on top of that, and then your agonizing blast.
Okay, so 10 plus 7.
7, and then plus the 5, that's 22. What did
you?
No,
it was 7 plus the 5 already.
Sorry, I'm kind of. Hang on, let me back up a bit. So the first one was 7. So your first one was. So your first blast was 5 damage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So your second one, because you roll a d10 for your thing, it starts with 10, and then you roll your dice and add that on top of that. So you rolled a 7, so that's 17, and then you add your.
No, in that case.
You add 5.
In that case, it was a 12.
A 12.
Yeah, because adding the thing on top of my.
Yeah, so that was 22 in total.
Oh my god.
For your critical damage. I know it's different. It's different from how we've done it in the past, but it just makes your critical hits a little more punchy. On the offside, if they get a critical hit, it also makes them much more punchy as well.
Yes. Yeah, so, sorry.
That's all right. So that's 22 points of damage. What does your Eldritch Blast look like? Just remind everybody.
Well, I try and make things pretty, but because my patron is slightly satanic, it comes like pretty but on fire. So I try and make it like I feel like she'd try and make it like ivy vines shooting forward, like spectral ivy, but it's got like black flames coming off it as well.
I think they're beautiful, and they're black flames that kind of, as you get to the edge, they go to this beautiful white alabaster colour.
Yeah. So I try and make it nice and foresty, but my patron's like, no, we're setting that on fire.
Yeah.
like rainbows made from coloured razor blades.
So this smashes into this thing. You can see chunks of the spiritual energy just kind of blast off of it, but it's still holding together. This dwarven figure just floating ominously towards you. That will make it top of the round. Oh, unless you have a bonus action you want to use.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, good. Then top of the round, it is their go. So this one turns back, having just been hit in the back by these warm creatures in front of it, and will hover towards Aisling. The other one chases after Fig and floats up, and they will both try and strike at you. They both reach out this cold spectral hand trying to grip hold of you. Against Aisling, that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
And against Fig, that is an 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Bear with me 1 second. So you both take... So Aisling, you take 9 cold damage and 6 necrotic damage.
Can I ask how long temporary hit points last? Because I have some from the last session, but I don't know how long they last.
What did you get them from? Because it depends. Some of them.
It was from. I've got the thing when I reduce a creature to 0, I get temporary hit points.
I think there's
based on.
I'd have a check, but I feel like that would have worn out by now. I'll have a check in a minute.
So. Just thought I'd check.
And Fig, you take 14 cold damage and 1 necrotic damage. Because these things just literally reach into you. You can feel this hand goes into your chest. It's incorporeal, and as it pulls out, there's like this glow of warmth going up their arms, and you hear them both go, warmth, beautiful warmth. That is both of their go. That will make it Rock, your go.
Okay. Rock is going to step over here, and I'm going to point at the spectral one in front of Aisling and say, you, and try and catch their attention. And then as soon as they look at me, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on them.
What do you say to them?
I'm going to say, do you know what you are? You're the undead equivalent of a participation trophy.
Ooh!
They need to make a wisdom saving throw, do they not?
Let me check.
We need the little...
How do Bard?
How do Bard?
We need the little shade noise, the little wood block shade noise.
I'm going to use it a lot. All of my attacks are throwing shade, basically.
Put your glasses on.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, please. Okay, cool. 18.
Yes, that passes.
So, do they still take? They take some damage for Vicious Mockery, or I'm thinking of no,
Dissonant Whisper. They do.
Whisper, yeah.
Vicious Mockery, they do not. Annoyingly,
their head kind of turns and looks at you, and they're just completely nonplussed, and they literally just look at you and go, "Whoa."
Oh, you're so terribly dull. And there is not much else I can do. Bear with.
No worries.
Yep, that's it for me.
Okie dokie. Fig, it is your go.
What are they wearing?
This is no time for fashion critiques.
They are basically they're kind of made of ice. They have the rough approximation of the shapes they were, like the dwarf. The dwarf's body over there is wearing like a leather armor that you've seen. You can't see the body that the other one rose from.
Okay. Thank you. Unhelpful.
Yeah, they're not actually wearing clothes. They're kind of more like a ghost made of ice.
Yeah. Okay, so bear with me a moment. I do apologise. I want to measure something, if I may.
Of course you can. You can always measure something. Trying to see if you can do something without blowing your friends up.
Perfectly.
Everyone is in range, which is lovely.
Don't worry about us. Blow us up, go on.
Yeah. It's good. I've got weird bark skin now. It's okay.
But I don't. It's all right. I can still get behind
Dragon.
you. So Fig lets go of the fiery butterfly. It flies up into the air, and as it does, it sort of separates and it sort of changes in colour, and they become sort of almost iridescent. much lighter in colour, and they begin to swarm in a 30-foot radius overhead as Fig casts Aura Vitality.
Nice.
So as a bonus action, I can cause any creature I can see within a 30-foot radius centered on me to regain 2d6 hit points. So I'll use my bonus action on Aisling now.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Not
You
at
should be
all.
able to see that
Cool.
where you are now.
Oh, thank you. That was a 10. Much needed.
Awesome. Well done. Anything else you want to do as your
Oh,
turn?
oh, thank you.
I don't want to disengage because that could hurt. So I think just in case there's any kind of icky movement, 5. I'll rotate round it so I am closer to the other two.
It moves slowly with you, kind of breathing this, or making this sort of rasping sound.
Looming over me something terrible.
Yeah, these are frightening things. Cool. Aisling, it is your go.
Oh. Okay. Since they keep asking for warmth so much, I'm gonna use Chill Touch on the one in front of me.
Chill touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna, because it's a hand, it's just literally gonna go like, back off.
Yeah, chill touch is necrotic damage, isn't it?
Yes.
Awesome. Make your spell attack.
23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Yay.
Your spectral hand floats out as you and caresses this
Yep.
creature.
I've got 2d8 because I'm level 5 now. 13 damage.
13. You kind of see this necrotic energy kind of drift into this creature. Nothing happens.
Shit, they're undead.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of make the attack. It's a really good attack, and you're really proud of yourself until you realise that it kind of goes, and there's a voice in your back of your head goes, "They're undead, dear."
All right. God. I knew that. I've seen if you're awake.
Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
Be annoyed. Nah, there's nothing much I can do.
Okay, fair enough. That will make it their go. This one is going to try and attack you again, Aisling. 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And the other one will have a go at Fig. It's only a 15 to hit.
Meets his beat, so it hits.
Okay, cool. Doing 10 points of cold damage and only 1 necrotic to Aisling. 7 points of cold damage and 2 points of necrotic, because I'm rolling like toffee on that, to Fig.
Not too bad. I need to do a concentration check. Natural 20.
Awesome, yeah. And that will make it Rock's go. These things are kind of looming over your friends. They keep pulling their warmth out of them. You're kind of noticing now there's frost starting to form around the edge of your friend's skin, and it's starting to discolour slightly.
Okay, I am going to run over here. Carefully. So as not to disturb any graves. I'm going to flourish my cloak and start singing under my breath. And I shall wave my hands and dance a very elaborate dance as if I am just totally oblivious of what's actually going on. And I am going to cast my performance of creation. And I am going to actually create a bonfire with actual heat.
Nice.
Where I am. So I will try and create it kind of here, so it is literally out of the way. And I shall make as much noise as I can, also to attract their attention. So the performance of creation allows me to create one non-magical item of my choice. So I am going to create, if I can't create a bonfire as an item, I will create a heater of some sort. A stove.
A stove.
I will create a stove, a wood-burning stove.
I like the bonfire idea. I'm actually going to let you do that, and kind of there's enough spark in your connection to the universe that you can kind of talk the wood into bursting into flames.
And it will last for 3 hours.
So this bonfire almost. You describe how it looks as it appears.
It will appear almost as if it is kind of being woven into creation. So you can see kind of strands of it weaving together slowly, and slowly it builds and builds and builds these strands to make the actual thing. And then it goes from suddenly looking like strands of magic to looking like the real thing. And I shall attract their attention as I am doing this.
What I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to roll a persuasion check with this one as you're performing. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to convince them this heat is more important than your friends. So
persuasion, you say?
Yes, please. Yes.
29.
29. Interesting.
Dang.
I think with a 29, they let's just see what happens.
Give us money.
They both turn and look at you, and then look at the fire, and something almost primal seems to connect in the back of these creatures, and they do look like they accept this idea that this bonfire is a good.
Cool. And I will then use the rest of my movement to just move out the way of their path to the fires.
Good.
And as I am moving, I will use my bonus action to just look at Twig and just say, "Now you can applaud."
As Fig respond to that?
He outwardly scowls at you.
Fig, that's your free action at the beginning of your go. You can take that.
So I will start with my bonus action and heal myself. 2d6, I think. Yeah, it was 2d6. Lovely.
Nice. You recover 7 hit points.
Lovely. And then still standing next to me, isn't he?
He is. He has not drifted away at this point.
I'm going to rotate around it again to the other side. I'm not going to attack it, because if I do, I have a feeling I might run the risk of it not being attracted to the bonfire. So I guess I'll go defensive.
Awesome. So you're going to go full defensive.
Yeah.
Cool. So if they do attack you, it's at disadvantage. That makes it Ashling's go. This thing is looking away from you. It's aware of you still, but it's definitely looking towards that fire.
Okay. I might use my action to disengage then and move over here.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yeah, because I don't want to snap it out of it. I'll just be like, okay, I'll leave you to it.
On there go. This one drifts up and it plunges its hands into the fire. And you guys watch as the damage that Aisling did to it starts to regenerate.
Oops.
The other one, 2, 3, 4, 5, does the same, drifts over and plunges its hands and almost like hisses and tries to push the other one out of the way, trying to grab it for itself. And again, like there's no, you guys haven't really damaged this one, but it kind of, you can see like this warmth kind of going in and through it.
So is it healing them?
It is healing them.
You're welcome. Oops.
So you guys watch in horror as the damage you actually have done regenerates, and you realise, oh shoot, fire is going to heal them.
Can we not just get out of here?
Running away is always an option.
Is it whose turn is it?
It is your go.
Okay, I will just, to my companions, I will just gesture at them and just go on, come on. And I'm going to move this way, which we have to get through this way, correct? To the right.
You do, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to just gesture to them and I'm going to move to the right here. Not leaving them behind. If they're not moving, I will hang back. But if they are moving with me, I will move to the right.
What you can always do is you can hold your action to dash to once you're aware that they are following you.
Cool. I will hold my movement to move because from there, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about 30 where I am. So I will move and then wait for them. I will hold a spell.
Okay, you can. So you can't hold to dash and hold a spell. So you need to.
No. I'll just do my movement to there and wait for them, and I will hold a spell.
Okay, cool.
If the ice zombies follow us, I'm going to hold fog cloud.
Okay.
To cast behind us as soon as my companions are with me, so that they cannot see us.
Nice. So you hold that spell, and that will make it Fig's go.
Okay, so bonus action, 2d6 for Aisling.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
And then I will move 30. And yeah, I'll hold because I don't want to go much further until Aisling is ahead of me.
And then Aisling, it is your go. Your companions look like they are trying to beat a hasty retreat.
Yes, I'm going to go with them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, I can get to there.
Yep.
And I will. Can I dash?
You can use your action to dash. Yeah, always use your action to dash if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'll because I'm the last one to catch up. I think I'll dash as well.
Fig and Rocky kind of watch as Aisling just like pegs it and bounds over with his satyr legs just bouncing over the gravestones. And...
How far do I get with that again? Sorry, is it my movement?
Double
movement again, yeah.
Nice. I'm out of here.
Laters.
Bye, Felicia.
Awesome. Did you said hell hold until Aisling Fig. Did you actually hold anything in particular that you wanted to do?
No, it's
Yeah,
fine.
just
But I can
hold.
overtake them both. easily enough. So.
Fair enough. So they plunge their hands and they seem to get even stronger from this fire. But they do seem very distracted.
This is a problem for future us. Let's go.
This is a problem for on the way out.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how long we take, they may still be there and enormous. Right.
That will make it Rock's go. If you want to cast Fog Cloud before your go, you may do so. Otherwise, you just lose the spell slot.
I will lose the spell slot.
Yeah.
In which case, then I will just cast it, yes.
Sure. So whereabouts are you casting it?
It is a 20-foot sphere. And I will cast it... Let's just see, 20 foot. Yeah. Well, no, because I don't want fog. Don't want Fig to get in the fog, so to speak. So I will cast it between them and us, basically.
That's good. Yeah. So it
that it covers this whole area, but not Fig.
Yeah, that's fine. So you kind of cast it just a little further up. They disappear into it. You can still see the vague glow of the fire and see the strange icy blue light that these creatures cast. But Fig, you kind of have this sudden this fog bank just suddenly appears behind you.
Yeah, and that will be my held action, and then I will move to catch up with Aisling, and mumble show off as I run past her, and I will just wait on the edge of here for my other little friend Fig.
Awesome. Aisling, do you want to do anything before you Fig, do you want to do anything before you disappear off the map?
Yes, I will use a bonus action for 2d6 on Aisling.
Oh, you babe.
I'm
going to chuck my d6 away.
I feel like this fog tactic has been used before by the group for possibly survival needs, and also, oops, we done bad, kind of get out of here as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, I feel like this is almost like the only practiced tactic we have.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Fig spins around, pulls the shield very, very close to their chest, does sort of a little skip, and their wings start beating. And I'm going to do a hover dash.
Amazing.
And and just go effectively these little bumblebee wings and this really faint bumblebee sound, hovering above the snow, just goes.
I love that.
Amazing.
All right, we're not as nimble as you. Going to run after Fig.
Aisling, is there anything you want to do before you escape?
No, I feel like I just want to get out.
Yeah. It's just worth noting, as you guys come around this way, because I saw you guys came through the centre, you notice that there is the body of a well-armed elven woman in chainmail with a sword, just slumped in a similar way to the dwarf that when you first met them.
Good to know.
You guys make your escape. You beat out the track through these sort of still well shaped corridor of trees that clearly mark the edge, past an old church, which is looks like it's completely locked in place like everywhere else, to the edge of a field with a track which leads to a very low wooden gate with a little parapet on either side and a sign that says "Welcome to Bearshield."
Bearshield?
Yeah. in common.
I'm just going to mention to my friends and just say, do you think this is the fort she was talking about?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Is there a tower?
There is a watchtower, like a rickety old wooden thing, but not a fort. You guys remember she said that the fort was beyond the town, past a petrified forest.
Oh, right.
So although this woodland...
But this is past the petrified forest.
This is... make a nature check.
Mostly.
I won't make the Fae kind of make this because they know the difference.
That's a 17.
A 17. This is more of a woodland. This looks a little bit like it's was originally kept by the people of this town as like an outer area. It's not a forest as such.
I think we still have to go through the forest.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Right, okay.
calm down. Everybody calm down. I want to tell you a secret.
What now?
What?
Nobody can see you if you believe hard enough or keep your eyes closed. And I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Rock is just going to
so
look at
good.
you like you are utterly insane, and
Yeah.
then suddenly feel something magical happen to him, and will be like, "Oh, why couldn't you just say that was going to help?"
It did help. It was very sound advice.
Well, it's no. Yes,
I
fine.
quite like the whimsy.
Everyone gets +10 to their stealth checks.
Oh, thank you.
So that obviously drops your healing thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to move this.
Right, can I catch my breath here for just one moment, please? Thank you. That was most terrifying.
Yeah, it was a bit rough.
Whoa.
Stop it. Stop it. Also, I have a terrible feeling I may have slightly misread the warmth thing.
Oh, you made it worse.
Significantly.
Well, you're welcome to go back and talk to them if you'd like. Ungrateful. Ridiculous.
Good.
I'm fine, by the way, thank you. I am actually
That's
fine.
all right. That's all right. Then.
Right, I suppose we have to carry on then.
Do we have to go in this place?
We've got to go through a wood, apparently, a forest.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What's
this
this
is
Bearsguard place,
woodland. We
though?
have to go through a forest.
You're currently on the edge of the town proper.
Oh, God, town, great.
It is getting late in the evening. It is quite dark, but you can see these strange lights moving through the town.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
I don't think we have much choice.
Oh. Should we not find shelter?
Let's sneak and find a building to sort of haul up in.
Are these the gates that we're facing? Are they closed?
They're open.
Oh, they're open. Okay, fine.
What do they lead to?
Basically, they look like town gates. So it would be.
Oh, I see.
So in terms of town planning, this would be the main road into the town. Originally, would have been the main road into the town, and this is where the people whoever would stop people just to check as they come in, make sure that they're there with the right business and stuff. Hence the watchtower and things like that. There's a small wooden fence or a small wooden wall around the outer edge. It doesn't look like it would stop any invading force. It's more of a deterrent to kind of make sure people are funneled through the gates as they need to.
Shall we get a little closer and see if this is a normal town, or whether there's more of that lot wandering around?
Well, we're underground and there are a load of ice ghosts, so I'm not betting it's going to be normal, but not deadly will be good.
Gotcha. Shall we have a look? Fig?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go on then.
How are you proceeding?
Very cautiously.
I will have
Carefully and quietly.
stealth checks off of you all, please.
I would just like to get a gauge on whether there are humans here that are not going to try and kill us. Let's put it that way. Stealth roll?
Yes, please.
So, plus with pass without a trace, that would be a 21 from me.
Nice.
21 from me.
Very good.
Oh, dang. I only got a 16, but
Did you get a 6?
Would have been
and
a
then added? So you're surprised by how loud comparatively Aisling appears to be, but she's still quieter than she could be.
it's the hooves. It's the
Yeah.
hooves.
Every time she makes a noise that's even vaguely louder than us, I'm going to just look at her disapprovingly.
You slowly slink your way through the gate, and you can see it's not the largest town, but you can see immediately from the gate it goes into a town square with a little fountain which is frozen in place. The water is actually icicles wherever it is. There is a municipal building, the town hall, which is made of wood and daub. And like this, there's some brick buildings, but there's not a huge amount of them. This is quite an old town, and you guys can make a history check actually.
18?
14.
14.
14.
I think all of you work out this town is, like, by the design, this town is a good couple of centuries old and has seen no modernization.
That doesn't bode well.
And as you're looking around, you kind of, with that realization, you look around and you realize there is no sign of human habitation here. Like, there's no food on, like, no waste on the streets, no animals in any of the docks. Like, there's no horses outside the tavern.
But there are lights.
But there are lights drifting through some of the alleys.
Are there any
the streets.
signs on any buildings? Any like text anywhere?
Yeah, it's an older form of common, but you can see like the blacksmiths, the inn, which is the Bear Trap. You can see the town hall. Everything is clearly marked. This was clearly a functioning town. And as you kind of look harder, you realize again everything has this bleached out feel to it, like something has just drained the very colour out of it, and then the frost has settled on top.
I'm just going to whisper very close into both of them. Well, this is a bit drab, isn't it?
A wee bit, yeah. It's a bit grim.
It's not right.
It's a bit broken.
I think you can make an insight check if you like, Fig, given your connection to nature. No, you can't.
Would you stop playing with those butterflies?
Yeah, there's something, as you say, it's not right. You can't put your finger on it, but it's not right.
Shall we keep moving through the town?
Yeah.
You keep moving. You go past the town square, and as you do, like, I think Rock and Fig, you just drag Aisling back very quickly as one of these lights just hovers past.
Ooh.
And it's like an orb, and it kind of a few feet away and just carries on.
Oh, can I make an Arcana check to see if that is something magical, or if it is what I think it is and is something that is undead?
Are you going to see if it? Basically, you want to make make an Arcana or a nature check to see if Rock knows what Wayne knows.
A natural 20.
Nice. Yeah, this is a will-o'-the-wisp. You've sung.
Oh, I knew it.
I am assuming that Fig would also know this. Well, and Aisling, they would have both encountered these, surely.
Possibly. But
Okay.
as soon as you point it out, I think the two of them would at least
Yeah.
know of them.
Again, I'm just going to very dramatically bring them in and go, those are dangerous creatures. They're undead. We must avoid them at all costs.
Wonderful.
All costs.
Great. How?
By being very
suddenly had an
stealthy.
idea.
Stealthy. Well, first of all, we turn off our chimes,
Yeah, right. So, put it on silent. Okay.
and then we're going to very quietly walk through the town, avoiding those will-o'-wisp lights. Got it? Yes, everyone with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is going terribly well. And Rock is going to very dramatically throw himself up against the wall in sort of Mission Impossible style and start dramatically sneaking through the town like he's in a terrible, terrible spy movie.
Oh no.
Amazingly, he is still quiet whilst he's doing it. He's just dramatic about it.
I want Aisling to wrap little bits of paper around her hooves to try and muffle them.
If you want to spend a few minutes trying to kind of soften
Because
your
nothing
hooves
is
a little bit.
silent like crunkled paper.
It's parchment. It's all fluffy and shit.
If you want to spend a couple of minutes doing that, I will allow that, and I'll allow you to re-roll your stealth check for that. I think that's
Okay,
fair.
cool. Okay, yeah. Would my compatriots mind?
Well, I don't notice
Okay.
till I'm 2 houses down the way and then have to come back. What?
I'm like hopping, trying to keep up with you. Like, wait! I've got an idea.
I am surrounded by idiots.
That was much better stealth check though. That'll make mine a 23 now instead.
23, nice. And it works. You can't believe it works,
Yeah.
but it does work. Like, Aisling's hooves just disappear into the sort of the still air. You guys sneak forward. Are you going to try to make your way through the town still? Or do you have anywhere that you want to have a look around, or you just want to get out as quick as possible?
I'm not browsing.
I would, if I pass a window that I can look into carefully, I will do so to see if there's any life inside, or if it's just frozen, or if it's just empty or whatever. But I'm not going to actively seek out going into one of the houses.
I'd like you to roll a d6 and tell me the number, please.
Oh boy. 2.
2. You pull yourself up against this window and you look in, and there's like a little tiny room with a tiny bed, like for a child or something, and a few wooden toys scattered around. And standing in the middle, there's sort of like this faint outline of a girl.
Oh.
And she's just hovering there. And you kind of just watch her kind of shrink down into one of these will-o'-the-wisp sounds and just...
Great. Okay. I'm going to duck down and just go, great, everyone's dead. It's a ghost town. Let's move. Come on. And I'm going to just
What?
move.
Right, okay.
You make your way through the town. You go past several small buildings and that. A couple of times you have to completely like U-turn and go down as one of these lights just kind of drifts through. And Rock is absolutely adamant you cannot be anywhere near one of these things. Miraculously, you do manage to get through the town. You come out the other side and there's a very similar looking gate. It is also open in a very similar state, and there is a wood that a little soft brick road which kind of quickly turns into a dirt track and leads into this large, dark, grey looking forest.
Before we go through the gate at the end of the town, as we get to the gate, I'm going to just dramatically kind of put my hands out with the two of them, like somebody stopping them, and just go, wait!
And I'll just walk underneath.
And I'm going to grab Twig, but just by the ear, and Twig, I keep calling you Twig, Fig, and pull them back. And I'm just going to go, Should we have searched the town for things?
We're
What
not
kind of
going
things?
back.
What are you looking for?
Well, there could be treasure.
Future rocks problem. Let's
people.
go.
There could be people.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
guys,
come on, don't dilly-dally.
I'm coming.
with Rock's insistence, the three of you step out of the town onto the track and into the darkened woods before you. And that is a perfect place for us to take a quick break.
Oh, God.
So we will be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much for everybody who's popped in. Big hello to Darbs. Thank you for all your help and sharing it around the internet. We really, really appreciate it and love that you're taking time out of your day to spend with us as well. That's really appreciated. We will be back 10 minutes, guys, so about 22. Give us time to feed furries, grab a coffee or something ourselves, and we will be back for the last part of the Ice Hags.
Awesome.
So,
Cool. See you in a bit.
see you in a bit.
Amazing.
And we're back. Thank you very much. Sorry for the slight delay there. Slight mouse emergency, as happens when you are a cat dad. But we are back now. So, the three of you stand before this dark, petrified forest. You can see the track leads directly in and through. There is no movement that you can see. You can hear no animals. It is like the other plants you have seen, perfectly preserved, but dead.
Oh, sorry. I want to do a detect magic.
Detect magic, yes. Go for it.
Yeah.
Is this
Just in case. And I've got a... I can't remember what they're called now. What they're called? Invocation, where I get to cast that without using a spell slot.
So what does it look like when you do this?
I feel like because she's a cartographer, it's sort of it forms some like binoculars around my face, and then I just look around.
There's this flash and these kind of eldritch looking binoculars kind of appear around, and then
They're very extra. They're very extra and crazy.
And then they just disappear, and her eyes are glowing ever so slightly with eldritch energy. And she looks around, and you can sense a low-level necrotic energy coming from the forest. It is almost background and barely perceivable, but it is there. It is not anything that's dangerous to you that you can think of, and it's more what happened to this forest and the fallout thereof.
Okay.
And there's also just like a slight hint of elemental energy flowing through it as well.
Can I tell what kind of elemental?
Ice.
Should have guessed that one.
No. So it kind of feels
Okay.
a little bit like that sort of energy is kind of flowing through there, and and as you have guessed so far, from looking at it closer, the very life force of this forest has been dragged out of it, and then it's been perfectly preserved.
Okay, well, I'll say to my compatriots, it feels very dead and hollow in there. But I
Looks
guess we
kind
have
of
to
dead
go
and hollow
through.
too. I don't think there's any way round it, so perhaps we should just make our way through. Fig, you know things about forests and stuff. What do we just walk through? Can't you call on some animal friends or something?
They would be stone.
I suppose.
Yeah, I think they'd have a bad time.
Okay. Whatever you do, nobody light a fire.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I do have a bit of paper out though, and I'm going to map as we go.
Sure.
Keep track of where we're going.
Oh yes, and we're walking quietly, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, quietly.
Who's leading you?
I'll go up front.
And could you make a survival check for me, please, to see if you can track your way through?
Merrily.
Yeah.
How's a 24 fit with you?
I mean, I'd have taken lower, but that will do nicely. Frankly, at this point, you're just showing off. 24 is amazing.
Show off.
Fig, you, even deep in this forest, you're kind of aware of the sorts of tricks and things you can use to navigate yourself. If anything, it's slightly easier because there's no change of season to these plants. They're kind of locked in this late sort of summer when this obviously happened. You can easily find where moss and mushrooms are growing, where the easiest way to cut through the dense tracks are, and you guide your friends through finding old ranger tracks, natural sort of grooves where animals have passed through, and like you find thickets where you can naturally kind of go through where everybody else would have to cut through easily, and you feel like you're making incredibly good time. You do eventually come to a glade, and in the middle of this glade are 5 standing stones, each of which etched in old runes, which looks familiar to both you and Aisling, as it is Sylvan.
Yeah.
Rock, what languages do you speak?
Common and Draconic.
Okay, you do not know what these are.
What are those?
They're standing stones.
What's the writing on it? What does it say?
Don't know yet.
Oh, go on. Have a look.
Through the standing stones, just in case.
Don't walk through.
Don't do any dancing.
No dancing.
Don't be alluring. Don't be overly innocent.
Well, you can't ask the most ridiculous things.
And don't make any wishes.
Oh, now you've made... Oh, God damn it.
And then I think Fig will hover, will fly up to the standing stones. So once we hit the edge of the glade, Fig will stop walking and hover.
And these do look like the sorts of standing stones that your peoples use in their ritual magic to commune with the land and reconnect with the Feywild. They are paced out, and the etchings on them seem to tell a story. And they talk about, this has been written by fairies in some form of haste, and it says to you, because fairies always talk in tales and abstracts, they talk about a woman who was beautiful and wise, and at the same time foolish and twisted. They talk about her desire to make her town the safest place ever, and her wish and desire brought forth an old mother from the Feywild. And they then moves on to talk about the fact that the old mother warned her that any gift she gave her would be double-edged, and the old mother warned her that if she carried on her path, it would only lead to ruin. But the woman was vain, and she thought she was wiser than the old mother. So she took the old mother's gift to live forever and be bound in perfection by the beautiful town she had created. And she lived, and she lived, and she lived. And eventually she grew to envy those things that were not right. She did not like the changes she saw around her. She refused to allow new people to settle in her town or allow her other people to leave. And slowly she twisted and darkened and became more and more wicked and cruel. And the land around her by which she had bound herself changed to reflect her new disposition. And the old mother warned her and came forward. Break this trust, she said, for no mortal should live this long. And the woman struck the mother down and took what was hers.
Oh boy.
And the land turned to stone.
I will impart that.
Now we know what happened.
What happened?
What Fig just said.
Why? Who's that?
I don't know.
What?
Well,
I don't know who it was.
I think the wise mother was Aunty.
Of course it was. Yes.
Do you reckon?
Yes. Yes. Well, she did say something was taken from her, and they did mention in the story about something being taken. That would explain it.
Hmm.
I mean, that does sound like the town we've just been through, where people can't leave and there's nobody new.
And it's a bit terrifying and horrifying.
The only question is, where is the woman?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
Can we see a car? No, we're in a clearing, aren't we? So, in the castle.
The one we need to go to?
Oh, good.
Whoa. Wonderful.
Well,
Seems
I
like
mean,
that, isn't it?
well, what the story, I know a thing or two about stories. What the story does tell us is that this woman was very vain, and it also tells us that she began to dislike perfection, and that she didn't want anything new. So perhaps these are things that we can, we can use against her should it come to that. So make notes.
But we are new. If we show up, we're different.
Yeah, but I didn't say I have all the answers. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, do they tell us anything else that'll help us?
Well, I think that's quite helpful.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a very nice story.
Is it?
It's rather tragic, but it's a very good
Yeah.
story. I mean, I have some notes on your storytelling, but...
Right,
anyway,
come on, let's go.
We can talk about
No.
that later. It's up to it. Right, which way? Which way? Not through the glade.
Around.
Not through the glade.
Around.
Okay, yes.
We can go through the glade, just don't walk straight through the circle.
I think Aisling and Fig, you're both aware that the Fae that carved this probably left a long time ago, and it's safe for mortals to cross. They abandon. This is their warning to any Fae that make it through to the realm, basically.
As we go edge around the standing stones, Rock every now and then is just going to kind of put his hand sort of into the imaginary circle that the stones form, just to kind of see if anything happens.
Make an Arcana check for me.
No, it would be a 7.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing that you can notice.
If you do it, something bad will happen. Something really bad.
Like what?
You might blow up.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Fig and Aisling can't tell you they didn't build the trap.
Yeah, but
Wait,
Rock doesn't know that. We're magical Fae people.
I am. Did the DM just say they didn't build the trap? Right.
So you guys make your way around the glade, and you, despite Rock's trying to test, nothing happens. And you make your way out into the woods again. And you keep moving forward, and you eventually find yourself coming to a thinning area. And out on the outer edge, you can see before you a large frost-covered fort.
Oh, just before we leave the actual forest, can I just go up to one of the trees and just kind of put my hand gently on it? And I want to see if I can, just using my connection to creation and the fundamental building blocks of creation, to see if there is anything left living in there. If there is anything salvageable, anything that could sprout again.
Make the equivalent of a spell attack, but this is you sensing forward with your natural bardic ability, not an actual attack.
I need to see what my attack
So it'd be your charisma plus your proficiency bonus, and then a d20 on top of that.
Yeah. Ooh, 25.
25. You lean into the echoes that you have spent your whole lifetime emulating and drawing and understanding, and the secrets that your college have imparted to you as you have grown older and more in comfort with the world around you. And you feel down and down and down, and you can sense not the magic in the same way that Aisling did, not nature in the same way that Fig would, but you do sense that there is still a spark of life in this. It could revive, it might come back if the thing that is causing it were to leave.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to gauge. So that's just for me, just as a general. Okay. Right.
So you are faced with this huge fort on the edge of the forest, overlooking a cliff of ice.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
No, it's great.
So what do we think our best approach is here? So knock on the door, sneak in?
I'm going to say not knocking.
No, you don't think the direct approach? Appeal to their better nature, perhaps?
Yeah, okay. You go first. We'll wait here.
But I don't like to interfere. Anyway, what are other ideas?
So you, from where you're looking, you can see that the fort is not so much a centralized building as a set of walls raised up on several daises, and the back area, the closest to the ice wall, seems to be some sort of building, but there's actually steps that go down to like these plateaus, where obviously defenders would stand.
From where we are currently, can we see if there are any defenders of any sort on the stairs? If there are any creatures or movement or anything like that?
Make a perception
Any sign of
check.
life?
Perception 16.
16.
Can I aid with that and help as well?
You can give him advantage if you guys want to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, still 16.
Cool. You glance across and you can't make out any moving figures at all. You can't see anything that sort of indicates there is anything alive up there. Just this old, decrepit fort covered in frost and snow, raising up to these several daises with this building at the back.
Is there any the building at the back? Is there any like light there or anything? Because if the woman is still there on her own, perhaps like is there any sign that there is someone in that building? Any light or?
You can't quite make out from this distance. You would need to go closer.
Of course we would. Right.
And there's no sort of there's no big old door.
Not that you can see from here.
No, just straight through.
Just straight through. You can make out what looks like there might be stairs going up.
Well, let's get closer and have a look.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Okay. Fig will just fly off.
And Fig, you fly up. How close are you getting?
I want to get a decent look. So obviously there's the way that you're supposed to go in. I want to see whether there is a way that perhaps you're not supposed to go in, or perhaps the people that would have guarded on the dioceses would have come and gone instead.
So as you get closer, you can make out details around the fort as opposed to just like this vague shape. from where you're flying, you can see that there are multiple ever lanterns just kind of wedged into these little parts on what would be the equivalent of a parapet, and they dance and sort of flicker, and they cast weird, eerie shadows around the place. On the raised tower, on the roof of the building at the back, on the equivalent of a raised tower, you can see a large frost-covered throne. And in it sits an emaciated blue-skinned figure in a very heavy green cloak. As you watch, the head darts back and forth, looking every which way as if expecting an attack. And they never seem to stop gripping the arms of this throne, like looking and facing towards the direction that you guys are coming from.
No, thank you. I think what Fig will probably do is cover their eyes and fly backwards very slowly.
Amazing.
Does Fig know when to stop flying, or do we have to sort of grab their leg and be like, okay, babe, we're here.
I have a feeling Fig is just going to keep flying backwards.
Yep.
With the eyes.
All right, Aisling will sort of gently grab their leg and be like,
you.
let's just, there we go. Why have you got your eyes covered?
I think I found the wise lady.
Oh.
She's very frosty. She's on a throne. She's very... she's like a nervous pregnant fox.
Right. That's a niche one.
Agitated.
Got it.
Observant. Twitchy.
Right.
But not pregnant.
I didn't ask.
Fair point.
So maybe we should... could she see us if we were to just, like, go?
Oh, I would think so, yes.
Okay. Maybe we should avoid that happening.
But I don't think she saw me because I closed my eyes.
Proud of you, bud. Right. I vote we find a way around the terrifying, emaciated, pregnant fox woman.
The thing is, I have a terrible feeling that whatever it is that we need to get is in there.
Oh, it will be. But I just don't want to be in front of her.
I didn't see it near her, so that's a silver lining.
It's true.
But I also didn't really look for it.
Well, I mean, you covered your eyes pretty quick.
It was a cat skull in a cauldron. So,
did we have any other details about where?
No.
In the fortress in the cauldron?
Yeah, from my notes it was just, through the petrified forest to the tower and the fort and rescue the cat skull from the cauldron.
If I remember,
that's all I've got as well.
If I remember, Aunty Pruinose indicated that it had been a long time since she'd been there, so she couldn't tell you what the lay of the land was or anything along those lines.
It could be anywhere.
I feel like when she said, and I quote, trundle down to the old home, that she was underselling it ever so slightly.
Yeah, this isn't much of a trundle as it is a death walk.
It's not much of an old home either. Can I have a scout around to see if there is like another entrance? Like, I'm gonna stay low. I'm not flying up anywhere to see her. Just gonna kind of go around the outskirts to see if there's like a side door, perhaps a servant's entrance.
Sure. How close are you going to get?
Oh God. close enough that I can see if there's a side entrance?
When she said go east, not
Yeah.
up, does that just mean to get to this place, or did she also mean for when we get here, focus on east?
Generally, she meant get east. She said get east, go past the abandoned town, through the petrified forest to the fort, to the old fort.
Okay, so
the old
when
fort
we're here...
is your destination.
Okay, all right. I didn't know whether she also meant...
Yeah, she was quite explicit about this is where you need to go.
So yeah.
I will get as close as I can, that I feel I can, without her being able to see us.
Yes, that. Very important.
I will let you do that, but I will have a stealth check off of you.
I still have Pass Without Trace, correct?
How long did it take us to get through the forest?
I think it would have been a good couple of hours, even.
Then no, we won't have Pass Without
Sorry,
Trace.
guys.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to stay here.
What did you roll?
Well, I rolled a 2. So that's a total of 5.
Okay, so you think you're being stealthy, and you get closer and closer. And you guys watch.
If you say initiative, I'm going to cry.
You can't see. You guys get to the point where you're like, oh no, he's way too close at this point, because you definitely think that you are hidden. And you kind of get back to the base of this, and you're kind of looking around the corner to see what you can see, if there's any sort of side entrance. The bad news is there is no side entrance. The worst news is you feel you hear a scraping of nails on ice. You look up and you see her bright blue eyes fixed on you. You watch her thin lips peel back across yellow teeth. Mine, she says. Oh, mine, perfect. Perfect as it is. You will not have it, messy, warm, nasty things. Kill them. Kill them. Make them perfect. Make them still. With that command, you see out of the snow 4 undead-looking humanoids stand up. And I will have you roll for initiative, please, everybody.
God damn it. Oh.
Ooh, I'm doing well. On initiative, anyway.
Yeah. So how we'll do this, Rock, if you want to pop yourself at the base of the fortress, and I'm just going to change over so everybody else can see what you guys can see.
So kind of there?
Yep, that sounds good to me. And
where would you like us?
What I will say is, because you split the party, we will say that it takes you the first round to get to him.
Okay.
I think that's fair. And give me 1 second, and I will just show you what else you see.
Loads of healing potions.
Yes, look, here is a crate full of healing potions.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh, no.
So, we will start with... I will roll my initiative, and then you guys can tell me what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, getting a bit of echo here. Hang on a second. Here we go. Zombies being zombies, they are going slowly. She rolled quite well. Rock, what did you get?
16.
16. Aisling?
10.
10. And Fig?
18.
Awesome. So she is first. Fig, you are up next. Rock, then you, then Aisling, and finally the zombies.
Although, isn't there a round before Rock and Aisling get to me?
Basically, they will use their first round to get to you if they want to. I mean, they could just zap off at this point.
Off.
Yeah.
This is our opportunity to slip into the fort unnoticed and ungeese us.
Use Rock as a distraction.
Obviously my plan all along, obviously. And why else would I have let myself be seen?
Rock will remember this. First off, she pulls herself off of this throne, and you hear the cracking of ice that has been there for possibly decades, if not longer. The green cloak whips around her, and she pulls out these. She kind of hisses, and her fingers extend into these nasty-looking talons. Her back hunches further, and she starts moving down the hill towards you. She moves. And 1 second. Let's hope if you're on the right there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And that is her first go. Fig.
I will use my turn to dash.
Awesome. You dash, and you can make it all the way up to Rock, so you can put yourself anywhere up to where he is on that map.
Lovely, thank you very much. I think I would land, yeah, just about there.
Awesome. That's good. Aisling, your go.
I'll use my movement to get on the map, but I'm going to use my action to chug a healing potion because I'm a bit low and I want to go in full.
Amazing. That is fine. You can use your bonus action to do that. So just you're using I think you got a standard healing potion, haven't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, just use the 2d4 plus 2 for that one.
Nice one. Okay, good. That's better.
Awesome. What'd you get? Sorry,
I got 6.
6. Awesome. Every little helps.
Yep.
That will make it the zombies go. They are not the fastest of things. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one makes it down to Rock.
Sorry, did they go before me?
Oh, sorry. I apologise. I missed you entirely. After you, good sir. I just got excited. I've got zombies to play with.
I'm just going to run away. No. I am going to get such a fright when she screeches at me that I am immediately just going to wrap my arms around myself like that in panic, and I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself.
Lovely. Awesome. Yep. Just remind me what it defends you against.
Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Lovely. That is... Everything is actually covered.
So, creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Yep.
And I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Very good. Awesome. That is a good use of spellage.
So that is my action. And I'm so tempted to just turn around and run away. Yeah. So for I'm not going to move. Actually, I'm going to stand with Fig, and I'm just going to look down at Fig and just go. She obviously has some kind of magic sight. She saw me coming.
I told you. I told you she was manic.
Look,
Ashling,
there's bad guys over there. Concentrate on that.
Ashling, if you want to pop yourself on the map, by the way, because you didn't, or did you not make it all the way over? There you go. Cool. Awesome. That's me. I just couldn't see you there. That's better. I can see more now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Top. So that would actually be the zombies go. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one comes down. This kind of lumbering creature kind of... And you've seen zombies before, and this one is perfectly preserved. Like, all the colour, again, is washed out of them and their skin, and their eyes are this kind of, like, slightly glowing blue. But they move like a zombie, and they sort of react. And they will try and hit you with
disadvantage.
So that is an 11 to hit you.
Nope. Although I don't know why you sneak it. It's not far off.
The second one will 5, 10, 15, 20. These are not smart things, so they will just literally do what they have been told. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one will try and hit Fig. 11 to hit Fig as well.
That does not hit.
I did not think it would. 5, 10, 15, 20. Awesome. That is their go. Top of the round. She sees your friends coming. She goes and she says, more warmth must be purged. Only perfection. And she will coalesce around, and she throws this spear of ice between you. It is a 24 to hit Fig.
Oh, yeah, that'll do. That'll hit.
Okay. And she does 7 points of cold damage to you. And then this spear explodes in a shower of ice, and Ashling and I need all of you to make a quick dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
18.
18?
21.
21.
13.
13. Everyone except for Ashling takes 4 points of cold damage, and Ashling, you take 8 points of cold damage. There's this wedge of ice just kind of slams into your shoulder. That is her go, and that will make it Fig's go in response.
Lovely. So Fig is going to kick up some of the snow and ice that's right next to him. And as he does, it flurries into the air and takes on the form of icy little butterflies. I'm going to create another storm of butterflies. However, they're going to be a 60-foot cylinder.
Yeah.
They are going to be placed. Let me do a quick measure.
60-foot cylinder. Wow.
So that's is that a 30-foot radius?
Yeah.
For a 60-foot cylinder? Yeah. So I'm going to place it here.
Okay.
Jeez.
And then one of those butterflies just stops and falls, and as it does, it turns from ice into lightning, and that's going to strike here.
Okay.
Wow.
So I have used Cool Lightning.
Nice.
Every creature in 5 foot of that space So, fortunately, not me or Rock.
Well placed.
Needs to make a dexterity saving throw of DC. Where is my spell? 15.
First one fails. Second one fails. Third one fails.
Hey.
Lovely. I'll roll the damage.
Awesome.
They all take 11 lightning damage.
11
Nice.
lightning damage. Very nice. Rock, I need you to make a quick Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. 18.
18. Good. So you guys watch these strike the zombies. They all explode almost in this sort of wave of frost, and it encapsulates the area around them. And for a second, Rock, you kind of shield your eyes as you are completely battered by these icy shards, and then it drops to the floor, but you do not take any damage.
I would then like to use my bonus action to turn into a direwolf.
You may do that. I did not get you a direwolf, so I will just make Fig bigger.
Hey.
With ridiculously appropriately sized bumblebee wings on its back.
Amazing.
And then I am going to stay where I am because
Amazing.
I've used my action. Yeah.
Good turn. That will make it. Rock, your go.
Okay. Oh god.
So were those zombies downed now?
Nope.
No.
Still
Oh,
standing.
good.
I'm just going to say to Fig, even though I'm pretty sure that he's not going to answer me, or they're not going to answer me, I'm just going to say, I don't think we're going to be able to reason with her. And then I'm going to, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at her,
Cool.
which is 60 feet range.
Yeah, I think you can hit her from there easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just.
So-
And I am literally just going to close my eyes, and my eyes will glow greener a little bit. And I am just going to whisper a phrase at her, which she hears as me just saying, "You really are just living up to the low expectations of your parents." And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
3rd level. Awesome.
So
She needs to make
That
a
tea is scalding.
save for that one, isn't it? Or
a Wisdom saving throw.
a wisdom saving throw. She only rolls a 9, so she does not succeed.
She takes 21 points of psychic damage.
21 points of damage. Awesome.
Shoot.
Let me just mark off spell.
You guys watch as she kind of these whispers kind of, and she actually just starts trying to claw at the side of her head as if trying to get to the voices that are now echoing inside her own fractured mind.
And that is it.
That is excellent. So let's move on, and that is Ashling's go.
Yeah. Okay. Aisling is going to.
Sorry, Chris, I beg your pardon. Can I, for my bonus action, I did forget, can I bardically inspire Aisling, please?
Of course you can. Yeah.
Ah,
So you
thank
have a
you.
D8
Can you
to
remind
use.
me what the buff is for that?
It's a 1d8 to ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Lovely.
And you can do it after seeing the roll if you want to.
It's a one-use thing, yeah.
With your increased bard features, that also includes magical attacks.
Fab.
And when I cast this, there is also, once again, just this tiny little glowing mote that is flying around Aisling.
Lovely.
Love it. Aisling wants to be very extra, And
I mean, Fig just did a 60-foot cylinder of ice butterflies. I think we're into extra already.
we're pretty extra, aren't we? Ashley's gonna drop a fireball here,
Cool.
which will hopefully hit 2 zombies and the unpleasantness.
What's the radius on the fireball again?
20-foot radius.
40, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get her and a zombie. It's a little far to get them both, I think. Is it radius or... No, it's radius, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh yeah, so I'd have to sort of drop it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll work, wouldn't it?
yeah.
If I dropped it here, that would get her.
It's a
and this
20-foot
guy.
radius, did you say?
30 foot.
Yeah,
20 foot.
20.
So she is...
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You could, yes, I'm wrong. You could get them both.
Okay,
Wow.
good.
Fireball's huge.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. It is pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop that there, and I want to use my bardic inspiration for this because I want it to hit.
So because it's actually they have to save, so you can't really use your bardic on that. But what you can do is you can roll that extra D8 for damage when you roll your damage. So if you start rolling your damage, I shall work out whether these zombies save their dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
It's the roll of the dice.
Natural 1 for the first one. 8 for the second.
Oh no.
And she, gets a 15.
Oh, my DC's a 15.
Meets beat. So she still takes half damage.
Okay, shall I roll for damage?
Please roll for damage, yes. Roll
It's
the
quite a lot, isn't
roll
it?
the dice.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Fireball is huge amounts of damage. It's why it's like, I'll get you to roll that whilst I work out everything else.
Okay. I'm gonna have to write these down as I do them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What you get? This sounds good.
Get in there. I am not doing maths. Absolutely not.
You and I can offline. Well, before we move on to the next thing we want to do, we'll spend some time with D&D Beyond, and then it can do all this for you, and that will make life
Thank
a lot
you.
easier. Oh no.
Oh no, she's fireball.
Am I here?
Yeah. Yes, we lost your number though. So
Oh, 25.
25.
Ooh, nice.
Did you roll your D8 for that as well?
Oh, that was +7.
+7, so 32 points of damage.
Yeah.
The zombies are incinerated, absolutely gone. There is nothing. There's actually a flaming crater, and you can actually finally see the stone beneath all this frost and cold, and this blackened mark in the center. She did not enjoy that, and she hisses angrily at you. So she is not a happy lady at this point in time.
Can part of my fire have been quite black?
I mean, absolutely. Again, this strange sort of. You guys have seen fireballs before, and she flings out this magic, and kind of this moat kind of drops and it explodes, and then it's got this deep burning red, and it goes straight into this black, softly glowing fire, and then towards the top it's white hot, and then just. Always this black with white.
I'm just going to look at Fig and just say, well, remind me not to piss her off.
Oh, Fig will just howl.
She's so pleased with herself. She's like, did you see that? Oh!
It's a little
Darling,
voice.
a blind person could see that.
It was so good. Sorry, right, yeah, focus.
And in the back of your head you hear, well done again. I
know, right?
So,
yeah,
Aisling,
she
is
said that to
anything
herself.
else? It speaks out loud. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I think she's just enjoying it.
Bonus action, victory dance. Amazing.
I get the clip clop of happy hooves.
That makes it the zombies go. They have been so super effective this round that they will do it again.
I can't believe they're still up.
Well, those two are out of the range, so if one of them will make a slam
Yeah.
attack against Rock
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage,
Yeah.
so they get a 14.
Yeah, it still hits.
And one of them will make a slam attack against the dire wolf, which is only a 6. So
Does not hit.
okay, so you take a grand total of 3 bludgeoning damage and 3 cold damage as it slams its fist into your. I thought you said it hit.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so that's 3 bludgeoning and 3 cold damage. It slams its fist into your chin.
Well, that's not very nice.
And that will make it her go.
Oh boy.
I think I pissed her off. Sorry.
Once again with feeling, dear.
She pushes her hands together and she vanishes and reappears right next to Aisling.
Oh god.
Nope. Unsubscribe.
And she's leaning over you, and she's actually taller than you first thought. And there's something you guys can see the essence, and like she's drawing into herself, and she's kind of hunched over, and her head looks very small in her frame, and she has these huge long claws. And I think
Sorry?
both of you recognise that this is a hag in hatching. She will use her. I would like Aisling and Fig to both make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh no. If I get advantage on saving throws against spells, would this count?
This is a natural effect, I'm afraid.
Damn it!
When I'm in
Oh, it's a
wild
natural 20!
Hold that thought for me, please. That's awesome. What you got, Fig?
when I'm in wild shape, do I use the con of the creature I'm in rather
Yeah.
than my own? I do,
Yeah, it's
thank
your
you.
mental stats. You still use your own, but for everything else, you use the creatures.
Haha, 8.
8. Awesome. Fig, you take a point of exhaustion as the very ice inside takes hold of you, and you feel like you have spent almost like you did as you guys were clambering the mountain trying to get away from the avalanche. Aisling, you feel the cold around you trying to grip hold, but you are not affected.
Oh, thank God.
So that will be her turn. And yeah, so I think next it is Fig. Your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move over and I'm going to attack her. Because I'm so big, I've not left the zombies' attack area, so no opportunity.
Nice.
I don't.
I'm going to attack the would-be hag.
Yep.
I get advantage because,
Pack tactics.
yeah,
Nice. Oh,
so that'd be 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Lovely. So she will take 2d6 plus 3 damage. 15 piercing damage as I bite at her.
Yep.
I jump up to do this, so can she please make a strength saving throw, DC 13?
She can. She rolls a 15.
Okay,
So she just kind of
stay up.
forces you off as she sort of steps back. Awesome. At your level with your circle, are your attacks magical?
I don't think they are yet, no, but I'll double check that whilst you roll on if you want, and I'll come back to you.
That is okay, cool. So I'll mark that down for that one. That will make it Roxgar, unless you want to use your lightning attack as a bonus action, because you still have that up.
No, that's a full action to use Call Lightning.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay,
Because
cool.
it's an AoE. And no, my attacks are not magical yet.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for looking that up for me. Cool. Rock. You're muted, my dear.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, I would like her to please throw a wisdom saving throw.
She will use her legendary resistance to resist whatever you are about to do.
Fine, that would be my action then, I guess.
What was it you were casting? Dissonant Whispers again?
No,
No?
something else.
Something else. Okay.
Didn't happen. Yeah, so she resists that. Okay, let me just mark off my spell slot. God damn you.
That's what those are for.
Indeed. And for where am I? For my bonus action, I will. Let me just check. Beg your pardon. Yeah, for my bonus action, I will use one of my bardic inspiration die for Fig as well, please.
Nice.
So Fig has bardic inspiration magically.
That is beautiful. Awesome. That will make it Fig's go. No, hang
And
on.
for Fig, and for Fig, there is a tiny little glowing butterfly that is flying around behind Fig now. Even though Fig is a direwolf.
It seems on brand.
On his nose.
Yeah, I think that's Ashling's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Aisling will.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit there, my dear.
Yeah, Ashling's gonna. Oh, my back now.
You're back now. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Ashling's gonna use Burning Hands on her, I think.
Ooh.
So I'm still fired up, pun intended, from the fireball, and because she's right up in my grill.
Yeah. That is
I
really cool.
will come round here a little bit just so I can get advantage.
Burning Hands is an effect, isn't it? So she needs to save rather than an attack.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so you shouldn't really need to get.
Dex saving throw.
Cool. She rolls a 16.
Ah, yeah, it saves.
Awesome.
But it's still half, isn't it?
Still half damage for Burning Hands, I believe. If I remember correctly.
12, so 6 damage.
Yes.
12.
Half as much on the sale. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, so she holds up her hand as you do and uses her reaction to. You watch the heat kind of flow over her, and she kind of does this, and it coalesces into this ball and disappears into her. And those, I think Fig would recognise that as absorb elements.
Mm-hmm. That's not good.
Yes. So that will make it the zombies go. One of them will try and punch the direwolf.
Real quick, sorry to interject. Do
Yeah,
those
yeah.
zombies they count as creatures, right?
Oh yeah, everything counts as a
Okay,
creature.
cool. Just because I killed 2 of them, so I now get temporary hit points.
Yes, you do. Yeah, cool.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, mark them up. You might need them.
Nice.
Yeah. 18 to hit.
That hits.
Doing 4 bludgeoning and 3 cold damage.
Okie dokie.
And rock. 14 to hit.
Does hit.
Doing...
Is that with disadvantage?
Yeah, that is with disadvantage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You don't want the advantage.
You don't want the advantage one.
Okay.
That is 3 bludgeoning and 2 cold damage.
So 5.
Awesome.
Okay.
That is their go, and it goes to the top of the round, and it is her go, and she will make 2 attacks against Aisling.
I wonder why.
Rude.
Only rolling an 11 on each of them. Just roll
No.
the same number twice. You kind of
Sorry
see
about
this.
it.
You kind of see this coming, and she just kind of slashes down towards you, and you just duck out the way just in time. She just screeches at you. She goes, "Whumph! Bad! I will plunge you into the cold. I will make you still." And that is her go.
It's not going so well so far, though, is it?
No, it really isn't going that well for her. Rock, it is your go.
Okay. I am. Oh god. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and. God, what can I do?
It's all good.
Yeah. I am going to just cast Dissonant Whispers again against her.
She will make a wisdom saving throw. She fails her wisdom saving throw.
Good. So she then takes. There we go. 14 points of psychic damage.
Nice. You kind of see this sort of trickle of blood. And it's the most human thing you've seen coming out of her ear. And she starts to look like she's having trouble. You think that she might be flagging quite badly.
That's it.
That's
I have no bonus actions. Yeah.
Awesome. Then that will make it Aisling's go.
Is it? Already?
I have been missed.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm reading.
Right.
That's right, Fig. It is your go because you are before Rock.
That's right.
My apologies.
Fig howls at being attacked by the Zombo, and one of the butterflies falls out of the air, turning into lightning, striking here. So they both need to make a dex save.
Yay! It's a zombie's favourite thing.
DC 15.
First one actually saves. I'm not sure it's going to save them, but they do save. Second one gets a 2. Does not.
Okay.
I'm impressed with that. A zombie makes a dex save.
Well, that's 19 lightning damage for the one that failed, and half as much for the one that succeeded.
Nice!
Wow.
To quote a good friend of ours, he dead.
He did.
They're both
Yeah.
dead. With that, I think.
Yes.
They both, because one of them took damage before, so they are ex-zombies.
And then I'm gonna move round to here, so I'm between old Hagatha Christie and Rock.
And awesome. Now it is Aisling's go.
Cool. Aisling's gonna good old fashioned Eldritch Blast, I think. I'm just going to come around here to do it.
You will be at disadvantage if you are close range, just so you are aware.
Oh, right, of course. Would the flanking counter it? No.
Flanking is for melee only, I'm afraid. Sorry to be mean.
It's fair. I've got some temporary hit points. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
She will hit you.
Mm-hmm.
She can try.
Yeah, she gets a natural 20.
Oh, nasty.
Shit. Immediate regret.
She called your bluff.
So she rolls. So you take 5 points of slashing damage and 4 points of cold damage.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. And then now that I've backed off a bit, I will Eldritch Blast with my other Eldritch Blast. What's it called?
With your
when you add your charisma to it.
Agonizing blast.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So there's
Awesome.
2 beams, isn't there?
Yep. 2 beams, 2 beams.
First one is 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Amazing. And it's 8 damage for the first one.
Okay.
Ooh. Next one is 16 to hit.
16 will also hit.
Oh! Yes, thank God. Ooh. That's 13 damage on that next one.
Charlie,
What?
describe your kill.
Yes! I think I want the first one to like go in her side, but then the second one just takes her head clean off.
Grim. Dark.
This is a
love
horror
it.
game.
I love it. I know, it's good. It shows a little bit of Aisling. So you guys watch
It's a little bit of Aisling's patron.
twist her magic in the same way. You see these thorns like leap forward. These eldritch thorns leap out of her hand and strike into them, going in. The first one striking her into the stomach until one of the cuts that from earlier goes up in. You kind of see it coming out of her mouth. And winding around, this bursting flame all around her. And just as she's screaming and grabbing at it, the second one just kind of cleaves in, wraps around and tightens, and the head just... And her body dissolves into snow.
Well.
Good timing with the music.
Oh, that was.
Rock's just going to go, but that was unpleasant.
Yeah. I think I surprised myself a bit with that one.
It kind of surprised me too.
Very nice.
Are you both okay? Are you both do you need any healing? Are you both okay? Are you?
I'm good. I'm buzzing.
Fig will turn back into Fig. Like, no, good.
Good. Right now, are there any more of them?
You look around, and it seems like you are on your own.
Well, it seemed like I was on my own when I first came up here. Right. So
Let's find this bloody cat skull
yeah,
and get out.
good. I like that plan. I'm with that plan. Let's go.
Yeah.
You find yourself with looking around, and as you start, how are you going to progress? How are you going to look around? Are you going to move yourself up through this?
I would probably go up to where the throne is because it feels like she would be keeping shit near her. She had some issues.
You come up to the throne, and it's already melting. You can see clearly beneath it there is an iron door, which seems to lead into the fort itself.
Ooh.
And between the three of you, I don't think it's much of a problem to move that, what's left of it. I think you just break it down at this point and just shift it over. You pull it open, and you find yourself face to face with not exactly the same, but a very familiar looking scene. There is a very busy room full of strange knickknacks and old books and musty skulls and effigies and bone totems.
How did they get in my house?
And weird pickled creatures, all on jars, and flowers as well, dangling, dried flowers dangling from different areas. And in the middle of the room is a bronze cauldron, marked in heavy ancient Sylvan, which doesn't even make sense to either of you two. It's to you, you can recognize characters, but it's so old and so deep that you can't quite make out what the language is saying, but you know that it's not something you want to mess with instinctually. What would you like to do?
I am going to just wait. Nobody go near it. And I'm going to use Mage Hand to reach over to the cauldron and sort of go into the cauldron to see if anything happens.
You kind of put your Mage Hand. It's kind of spectral hand. Kind of drifts away. Kind of lowers itself into the cauldron. You get a sense through your Mage Hand. You can't exactly make huge details out with it, but you can get a sense that it kind of seems to put its hand on something heavy and quite hard.
Okay, I shall try and gently lift it up.
And you do. You pull up a very large feline skull, about this wide across, with great big emeralds wedged in its eyes. Its teeth are made of gold and wrapped around with like twine, and its jaw is closed up, and again more twine is wrapped around it, and there's etchings all over it.
That's so cool.
I mean, it's quite an artifact. I can see why she's fond of it.
It's very pretty.
So, do we think it's cursed? Can we touch it? Will it explode?
Can I detect magic on it? Can I please do detect magic?
Hella magical. Like, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, you kind of, you open up, you literally stagger back. This thing is old magic, and it is powerful.
Okay.
And
I will tell
Yeah.
my compatriots it's super magical. All right, let's try and not touch it with our corporeal hands.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Can I look around the room for a cloth of some sort?
You can make an investigation check for me. Fig, you look like you were about to say something.
Nope.
Nope.
It's fine.
No, just taking in the moment. What is Fig doing whilst they're kind of milling around doing this?
Freaking out.
Sort of a bit bewildered because Fig was expecting a small cat skull, not a large cat skull. And in Fig's mind, Fig was thinking that effectively it was like the cat skull of a familiar, not some kind of weird, super old magic effigy.
I mean, you kind of do, but does Fig have a sense of it is still a hag and they have their ways of doing things?
Yeah, and Fig is very much kind of, we said we'd do it, so we're doing it.
Do you guys remember exactly what Aunty Pruinose said that she
Put
wanted
it in
to
the
do?
snow.
Set it free.
Yeah, she said we have to put it in snow.
Well, we're not low on that.
That's fair. That's all I have, is that she said rescue the cat skull, and she said to put it in the snow.
And it will do the rest itself.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't remember that bit, so well done.
What did you do on the investigation check?
There's a lot of things in here. I'm very distracted. Okay.
It is, and it is a mess. Like and like when you were in Aunty Pruinose's original room, like just trying to keep. It's almost like your eyes slide off of some things and are drawn across to other things, and it's almost like some things don't want you to look at them, and others almost whisper to you that they want you to touch them.
I love that.
I
love that.
And you actually a couple of times, I think Fig will probably just take your hand and move it away from things that you shouldn't be touching.
I mean, I'd quite like to just have a little look around. There's some very interesting things. No?
Don't touch anything.
Fine.
With your eyes, not with your hands.
Not with your tongue, not with your foot, not with your anything.
So you have this skull floating in this hand.
Yes, I'm going to keep it in the mage hand. Right. Are we supposed to put it in the snow outside, or bring the snow into the cauldron, or is there a special kind of snow? I don't know.
I'd take it outside.
Auntie just said in the snow.
I think let's float it out.
Okay. I will float it out, keeping it the full extent of 30 feet away from us, in front of us as we go.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You kind of walk all the way down this old fortress, and you can see the frost is now abating, and you can make a perception check, all three of you, for me.
14?
14?
Big skull.
Still puzzled by this skull. And
Aisling got a 6. I think she's still just really happy that she blew its head off.
Rock, you hear birds, and you hear as the falling of snow out of trees, and you're fairly certain you hear other movement.
It's almost starting. I can actually hear birds. It's almost starting to sound normal here, like a normal sort of place.
Yeah. And as soon as Rock points this out, I think the other two of you can hear this too. It's not alive, but there is life returning slowly.
Oh.
It appears that she was the cause of all of this, perhaps.
We better hurry up then before all the snow goes.
Oh, good point. Find some snow, quick. We've come this far. I'm not going to mess it up now because there's no bloody snow on the ground, right?
No.
Okay, is there enough snow somewhere?
Yeah, there's still huge snowbanks and ice everywhere.
Right,
So.
I'm going to get everyone to kind of like hide behind some kind of the wall nearby or a rock or something like that. And I'm going to extend the mage hand and say, right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yes.
I think you guys are hiding behind the wall of the fort.
And I'm just going to do that and drop it.
And it lands, and it's like and there's a few seconds pass, a minute passes.
It's not doing
Well,
anything.
that seemed all right. I mean,
kind of stand up to kind of look up, and there's this whole burst of eldritch energy, and it kind of turns and swirls, and there's snow and ice and this storm around this center point, and it kind of like waves up and down, and it kind of comes down, and all you can see are these two bright green gems glowing, and as it settles, the snow settles around, and standing in the snow is the largest ice cat you have ever seen, with a blue furry face, long pointed ears, almost fey-like, a mane of white hair and stripes of deepest blue all the way down its body. And standing by him, with her hand on his shoulder, is Aunty Pruinose. Well, hello, my loves. Oh, look at you being all clever and everything. Oh, got my fort back, got my cat back. Isn't he beautiful?
Very pretty.
it is very, very large.
Big.
Yes, what Trig said. Yes, we met your friend who was here.
Love. Never listened to Auntie. She didn't. Just got greedier and angrier.
No, you, of course, we figured out you must have been the wise woman in the stories that we saw. Obviously, we knew that.
I knew you were the clever one, lovely.
Of course.
She kind of. She looks. You've seen how big she is, but right now she looks like a little old woman. But again, same features, like this wild, scraggly hair, this kind of very sharp, smart eye, and like kind of watching you, and kind of all folded in. She looks much more human than when you first met her. And as she walks forward, and the cat kind of pads behind her, and it kind of shrinks down until it is a snowy forest cat.
As she gets closer, I'm just going to step back and hide behind Aisling.
Now, I do believe that I owe you the rest of your little favour. I did promise you to make sure you got home. But before we go, is there anything you lovelies need?
No. I'm good.
I mean, what are you offering?
We're good.
What? But no,
We're good. We are good.
I mean, how would you like to see better or live longer? Or maybe I could give you back that little horn you're missing, love.
Don't. Right, Rock. Wait, look at me.
But
Look at me.
what?
No.
But then my horn.
Rock. I'm going to go full Kath and Kim. Look at me.
But
No.
fine. Fine. All right. We are very grateful. We're very grateful for your offer, Auntie. But I think we'd all like to go home. I believe, if that's we don't have to go through the scary forest again. No.
Oh, loves, now you've given me control back over the lands. I don't need to put you through all that again. No.
Just as a quick question, when you say control of the lands, does that mean that it will become or go back to a very more of a normal kind of land, with some trees and things that actually live?
Things being able, to be alive.
I knew you'd figure it out, lovelies. Big, strong adventurers like you always do.
You're not going to sort of cover it in something other than snow again or something, no?
Oh, my sweets. The thing about being a hag is you can't make deals with things that are dead, can you? You need to keep it alive so it can give you things in return.
I'm glad you answered that, because I'm not entirely sure I knew the answer.
And she kind of reaches out and she kind of sprinkles her fingers through the air, and snow starts to grow up around you again and starts to whip around, and it gets really thick.
I am going to grab on Aisling and Fig and grab them, pull them both towards me, like gripping for dear life. It's
thicker and thicker till you can't see anything in front of you, and you kind of bundle together and just hold on to one another, and just this wind whipping around and just kind of really deafening you. And then suddenly, almost as quickly as it kind of leapt up, it drops, and you find yourself at the gates of Old Home.
It's one of those moments where, as the noise dies, you just hear the remnants of Rock just going, what the hell?
And you're at the gate of Old Home, where you were taking your goods to. You kind of, in front of you are your sled dogs and your goods and everything that you got caught in the avalanche. And you look up.
She could have said goodbye.
You look up just in time to see a very fluffy Norwegian-style forest cat with big green eyes wandering into the forest behind you. And that is where we will end our adventure.
I'm going to grab my two companions and hug them, and then push them away very quickly and say, well, You two could have been of more help.
Sorry.
I blew her head off.
Let's do everything myself. Well, yeah, obviously, after I had lured her out. Anyway, come along.
Lured,
Get your stuff.
lured. Is that what you're going to call it? Lured. All right.
Yes, get your stuff.
Well done, guys. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I mean, I love playing hags anyway. They're really interesting creatures. Yes, so a couple of things, a little bit of admin.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, first off,
Thank you
to all my lovely players for joining me. I really do appreciate taking the time out and spending some time coming and playing your wonderful
It's such a
characters.
drag, you
Yeah, I
know.
know.
Yeah, real hard.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
We don't
I'm
enjoy it at all.
Horrible to you all.
Hide it.
I have a small announcement. Wayne and Charlie will be back playing with me soon. We are currently in discussions about making Some Other Heroes a more permanent game. We have another cast member who I cannot wait to introduce you to. They are absolutely fantastic and lovely person. Nick unfortunately has other duties, so he will pop in sometimes when he can, but he's not going to be a permanent cast member. But he's always welcome back, and he knows that, I hope. And we love Fig.
It's been so much fun playing with you, Nick.
It's been a hoot.
You guys are absolutely amazing. I just need to make a quick note. All my maps, as you probably saw during the stream, come from the same place, which is 2 Minute Tabletop. If you haven't done already, please check them out. They do very affordable, good quality PNG, JPEG and printable maps. I personally think they completely undersell themselves. And they put things out so regularly as well. They are also really chill. They're totally fun about people using their bits and pieces, providing they just get acknowledged, which is just lovely of them, frankly. My theme song and my battle music were by a wonderful composer called Alexander Nakarada. They are open source songs called Cold Journey and The Great Battle. Other music was Ammonia by Dan Bodan and Heart, Ice Cavern and In the Snow from Tabletop Audio, all of which are regularly available on things like Roll20 or YouTube. So there, just making sure I acknowledge everybody who I used. Thank you very much. I will let my cast say goodbye because I've taken up a lot of your airtime here. If you would just like to let people know where they can find you if you want to be found. Starting with Wayne.
You can find me usually on Instagram, which is where I'm hanging out the most, and it's just as WayneFick01. And yeah, that's the easiest way to find me. So thank you very much.
Lovely. And Charlie.
You can find me at charlievince.com, Charlie spelt without an E at the end, or charliev-illustration on Instagram, because I draw pictures, and if you want to see pictures of weird, colourful things, you're welcome to. Yeah, I drew that.
For those of you who the picture behind, lovely picture floating behind Nick is one of his characters from one of our first 5th edition campaigns, actually. A very memorable chaotic warlock that Charlie created for the image for Nick, for me as well. So always grateful for her for that one. And Nick, finally you.
Yes, it's been super lovely. I don't really do the socials, so there is no finding me. I'm a ghost.
It's hard to find Nick, even if you know where to find Nick.
It is true. But we do really appreciate you coming down and spending time with us.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
If you guys want to know the monsters or anything like that, just let me know on Twitter. I am Chris Mepham RPG on there. I am also Chris Mepham Art on Instagram, and you can also find my website, which is mostly active, chrismepham.com. I have really enjoyed doing this. I'm really looking forward to getting together and doing more of this with you guys. I really appreciate everybody who stopped by. and like talk to us in chat. I can see that Fernando popped by as well, so thank you so much, my friend. That's really appreciated. Darby was around earlier as well, and just it means a lot because this is a lot of fun, and it's nice to share this with you guys. So I am blathering, so I'm going to let everybody get to their evenings. Thank you so much again. And
thank you, Chris.
We will see you.
Thank
all.
you. This has been so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
We will see you all
I love
very
it.
soon. Mwah.
Yes.
Bye.